Welcome to Salento with Love. I'm Davide Mengoli and episode 12. The numbers are starting to stack up, but we are also getting in a very good zone. Outside still looks the same. Now, something that's happened in the last few days, and you know, some of the trick of the trades can be shared. No, I'm only joking. I was away for a couple of days and really, boom, things happened. But I would love to show you what happened really in getting this place ready now for comfort. A lot of the time, people that do refurbishments, they miss this little element. They're thinking about saving, but in the long term, are they really saving? And also in the long term, are they really getting a comfortable environment? And that's very important. I very often talk about how important it is to have a comfortable environment indoors, and also when you come outside, if you've chosen the perfect location, you also have a very comfortable environment outdoors. So in this particular case, this episode 12, it's about the comfort indoors and the importance of planning ahead when you're actually doing this kind of intervention. So should we go up and see what's been happening in the last few days? Let's do it. So we are, if you're an art collector like me, or if you're very creative, you look at this and you're thinking, wow, what is that? An art installation? Well, almost. I mean, first of all, the environment around us changed so much through the episodes. Well, at the end, you'll see this big speed, but also the underfloor heating, it's gone in. Now, it's really important to plan this ahead because the heights need to be calculated, and also the underfloor heating, it's the only form of heating really that gives you the best quality when it comes to comfort. What are the reasons? Well, let's navigate the space. And so the space has been zoned. So you've got the living area, which is one zone, and then although everything comes in together at the same time, then we have a bathroom, which is a different zone. And then we have a bedroom here. Remember this beautiful bedroom here? And then this amazing bedroom here. I know that you're looking at the walls and everything else, but we are talking about underfloor heating here. And then the ensuite bathroom. Look, there's so much going on in there because it is very important to have a very comfortable environment in the winter if you're taking a shower and you really want to be in a comfortable space. Let me just turn the camera around so you can really get to see the work that has gone into this. Following the right steps when you are actually installing a underfloor heating system, it's very important. One of the important elements is this blue band that you see going around everywhere. Well, this gets fitted before you start, and this allows really the heat to get there and stop. And so if there is any expansion as a result of the floor getting heated, it doesn't affect the structure of the property. Yeah, things look easy. You know, you think, yeah, well, it looks absolutely fantastic. But again, following steps. Steps 2, the isolating panels. Now, you also need to follow instructions starting from the longest part of the house or the room and working towards the middle. They are actually clicked together so you can actually bond them. What do? Well, you see this polystyrene stops the heat from the heat that is produced from the pipework that goes all around, the serpentine, from going down. You don't want to heat your neighbor downstairs. You want the heat to actually go up. So that stops the heating from penetrating and going down, while the barrier stops the heating from going onto the wall. So the combination of those two things makes absolutely sure that the heat goes only in one direction, which the only way is up. And continuing with our step, we're on step 3. This is the manifold that controls your underfloor heating system. And as you can see, it's all divided into zone. They've marked it. They've also marked the pipework. So in distributing your serpentine, even there is different ways of doing it. One thing is for sure, we'll start from here and we go onto the perimeter of the room and we create this spiral, beautiful piece of artwork. Distances need to be respected and then everything comes back. So you've got a line in and line out, just like a radiator. So step one, the band that goes all the way around, it stops the expansion of the heat towards, there is some singing going on in the other room. Then step two, the panel that stops the heating from traveling down. Step three, the right distribution of the pipework. Now, what are the advantages of underfloor heating systems? Well, one of the main advantages is that you have a very comfortable and uniform heat all through the property. You see, cold air sticks to the ground, hot air goes right up. And when you have a ceiling that it's as high as this, 5 meters, well, if you had radiators on your walls or aircon units, there is only one place the heat is going to go, it's up there. And unless you would like to put a bunk bed up on the top there and build a mezzanine, then you're never going to be comfortable. So one of the big advantages of underfloor heating is that the heat goes up, but you know, it stops. It doesn't have the push to go any higher. So it gets to about 2 meters, probably just above. So if you're very, very tall, you know, you have to wear a hat. But yeah, it goes up to about 2 meters. So just under 7 foot and the heat stops. This is science. This is amazing. So what it means is that you're wandering around, but if you ever got to go up the steps because you've got a little mezzanine floor, it's probably going to be cold up there. You'll have to think about another source of heating. But for this kind of environments, it offers the best heating. Now, what makes the underfloor heating function? Let's go upstairs. And we are on the roof. And although you can't see the machine here, but this is where it's going to be. So you can have a boiler, like a gas classic boiler, functioning and making your underfloor heating works. But in this particular case, well, we are in 2022. And also gas, I'm not sure. I think it's better probably to use different ways. And so a new generation heat pump is going to be installed here. So a heat pump, it's going to make that whole system work smoothly. That same heat pump, just with a simple switch, is going to feed as well the aircon units that are going to supply the cold air to the property. Yes, that's interesting. You don't need to have additional motors managing your cold air. That same unit, the invisible unit, yes, we'll probably bring it in the next videos, but that same unit is going to create or heat the water, and that same unit is going to cool the water that will supply the cold air when it comes to the beautiful summer here in Salento. So what's the next phase of this episode 12? Well, we definitely want to see that pipework covered. Oh, isn't it amazing up here? This roof terrace is fantastic. Yeah, probably you haven't seen the roof terrace in previous videos for a while, but it's really come together really, really well. That beautiful kitchen top there. So the next stage is to see that floor screeded. So let's come back tomorrow. So things are with Victoria up here, and this is probably one of the most delicate part of the jobs because tiles, well, first of all, the underfloor heating needs to work perfectly well. So the thickness of sand and cement and fiber that goes over the pipework needs to be of a certain height. They can't be more than 3 to 4 centimeters. And that's exactly where it needs to make sure, and keeping that level all the way around. So Victoria is in charge of doing that, and probably by the end of today we're going to have a super flat surface ready to be tiled. But the time between this work and tiling, it's probably 4, 5, 6, 7 days, or probably a little longer sometimes. It needs to cure, the cement needs to be cured before the tiles can actually be set here with the underfloor heating. I think it's fantastic. It's finally getting there. Let's see what Victoria is up to. So I won't be able to come back here and walk over this beautiful flat surface once Victoria is finished this, and that will be for probably about 3 or 4 days under strict orders by the contractor Stefano Gianturco. So I think we can end this number 12 of this amazing series of remote refurbishing, knowing that this is going to be completed to a really high standard. So remember, insulation first, then pipework going into the manifold, then screed it over the top 3 to 4 centimeters, then leave it to cure for probably about a week before the whole floor and surface is ready to be tiled. Now, great. So getting all these stages in the right order is extremely important. What I forgot to mention was that, which I'm mentioning now, so I haven't forgot really, is that this system has been pressurized, and it is pressurized as we speak now. And the reason is because in case anything should happen, it would be good to know right now. Imagine after you pressurize the system, if there is a leak, well, what do? You don't know where the leak is, and it could be a real issue. So all the way through the process, and a week before this gets done, the system is under pressure. Just see if everything is holding together, and then you can get on and complete the screening process. Anyway, we'll leave Vittorio. Grazie Vittorio. Quando ritornerò sarà tutto finito, vero?
Sì, sì.
Vittorio the Master, il maestro Vittorio.
Ciao,
Lavora senza laser, Vittorio, è vero? Senza. He works with no laser. The lasers is in the eyes, and he gets a super straight look. He's working with his spirit level. I love this level of old craftsmanship that we only see when the masters are on a building site. Anyway, I'm now going on too much. So, without saying no more, follow the channel, press subscribe, press the bell, and episode 13 coming up. Let's see what that brings. Stay safe wherever you are.